Welcome back to Mixed.
And Mingled. We're your hosts,
Misha.
and Miko. On this episode, we're talking marriage, kids, and your 40s, expectations versus reality.
Oh, yeah. But before we get
Alrighty.
into all of that, we're going
Yes.
to have to pick up the conversation that we were just having because I want to hear all the tea, girl.
Girl, this was the first time that I really had to rein myself back in because this is the Leo in me where you're good until you're not good. And when you're not good, I gotta I gotta weigh it out. So um we have a golf cart and it's not necessarily legal where we live. So before we start, driving it everywhere, my husband figured out that we have to talk to the town council to see,
hmm
to kind of get that ball rolling. So, okay, cool. So I think to myself, wait a minute, we have on our street, there's tons of people that we know. I was like, let's ask on the group chat, hey, does anybody have a connection? Because it's always about who you know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I just, me and my little la la la, break out my phone. I'm like, hey, does anybody have a connection possibly to the town council? Why did someone from my street send me a screenshot of the town council? Like they just sent the website and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, anybody can do that.
I could have Googled that.
I
But
could have Googled
thanks.
that. Thank you. That's not what I'm asking for.
Not helpful.
So zero. So I said, thank you. What I'm meaning is, does anyone have a personal connection? So that way we can just kind of get the ball rolling a little bit
Yeah.
sooner. This person texts back, I don't even know who you are. Why are you asking this information?
Oh,
What
oh.
I had to double, triple, quadruple take. I was pushing Grace on the stroller, or not the stroller, on her scooter. And I was like, let me go walk down this street real quick and figure out who this number is because I was like,
What?
this is when the group chat goes wrong. And I was
Yeah.
talking to my husband and I was like, wait a minute. Um, would you this is the shit that sets people off who don't get set off. Because here I am just trying to be, hey guys,
Minding your
can
business,
try
trying to
to
be a
help?
good.
I'm just minding my
Yeah.
business. I'm trying to get my golf cart legalized and you're trying to sit there having me trying to catch a case. Like
Ye- Yikes.
it's just like this is
Oh,
ridiculous. So anyway, that was just my little I don't know if the moon is full or what's going on, but this is where it takes 2 seconds for people to just be kind. That's
yeah.
all that it is. And again, this is Miko and her Polly Pocket world that I keep on having to bring myself out of, that not everybody is like you. But man, when I tell you the rage that hits,
I get
you got
it. I totally get it. I mean, listen, this is goes back to the people that you vibe with and you don't vibe with.
don't vibe
And
with.
this
Nope.
is one of those, can we delete that person from the group chat? Because
Oh, I thought about it. I thought about it.
we don't need your
Mm-mm.
input, ma'am or sir.
When I'm telling all the numbers on the street, I'm skipping that address because I did figure out who it was, and I was like, "I
Yeah.
got you. Imma see you at the group barbecue."
Oh,
Mhm. No,
well,
just
well,
kidding.
what do
I'm
you
not kidding.
know? You are not kidding. I know you are definitely not
I
kidding.
am not kidding. You are forever X from my list, and that's the stuff where I'm like, "You know what? It's okay. It's alright. We're good. We're good. Other than that, we are good." How are
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm I'm tired. I told you earlier I needed to take an iron pill.
When millennials millennial. I
Yes.
How was your birthday party?
It was a lot of fun. Okay, so props to Clayton. He had been surprising me basically the whole week for the most part.
That's
Um,
so sweet.
Obviously, I shared my birthday with Charlie's graduation, which was totally fine. It was all about her. It was her day.
Yes. That's what
Um,
moms do.
and that's what moms do. And then later on in the evening, um, his family came over and we just did like a birthday celebration. So that was
Yeah.
really cool. And then the next day, he had our neighbor uh, come over to watch the kiddos. Then we went to a staycation in Charlotte.
Okay,
Stayed
you guys
at
like to do that.
wait, listen. At this point of in the marriage, going on 10 years, yes, we need to elevate a little
I
bit.
love that because it's close, it's not stressful, and it's just like a
Yes.
nice quick little getaway.
Yes. He didn't tell me where we were going, what we were doing,
That is so
which was
cool.
great. So he planned the whole hotel experience and
That's
then
so sweet.
had like champagne and everything when we got there. And
A
then we
little
went to
champagne, okay.
a little champagne. um, and then he took us to pretty much the only, what is it? The only Michelin star restaurant in Charlotte. So
And you
it
guys
was
are
really good.
foodies, so that's
We are
right up your alley.
Yes, I was so excited. Then we met these random people uh, at the restaurant and ended up
Okay.
going out with them for drinks after. So
That is
that
so fun.
yeah, it was fun. And then the next day we did like a whole winery thing with a bunch of people. Let me tell you, when I said pull out all stops. I got there and I was like, "Is somebody having a wedding? Because we are in a barrel banquet room.
It was
Tables are
beautiful.
circular." It was really pretty. But I kept going around to like each table going, "And how are you enjoying the wedding?"
You went straight into hostess mode.
I sure the hell did. They
I
are
love
cracking
it.
up. It was a
That's
lot
so
of
cute.
fun.
Yeah,
And we
that
just
looked
chilled.
your outfit was so cute.
Thank you, little Amazon. Me little
Girl, there
Amazon.
is nothing that Amazon can't do anymore. I don't go to the
No,
mall. I'm like, "What? No, I'm just gonna go
no.
on Amazon." It was so cute. You looked
Thank
absolutely
you.
gorgeous.
Thank you. I really appreciated it. So outside of the tantrum from your neighbor, what else has been
Mm,
going on this week?
mm, mm.
Or go.
We are just it is we're finishing up kind of with the school year, so it
Mhm.
is the chaos is chaosing where we are in school for so long, so the kids are starting to go kind of crazy and the adults are going crazy because everybody's trying to get stuff done. So we're just kind of in the end of the school year and it cannot come fast enough. So it's good, but it's so funny because at the beginning of the school year, like I've got my lunch ready, I've got Grace's lunch ready. We're leaving right at, 7. I'm like
Yeah.
7:25. Our butts are in the car and we're leaving. And she's like, "Yeah, mom." Today it was like 7:48. And I'm like trying to put my shoe on. I'm like, "We gotta go."
Tuck and
So
roll,
I
Grace. We gotta go.
I know I'm dropping her off in car like tuck and roll. It just the wheels are starting to fall off, but we're almost there.
You've got like what, 3 more days? 4 more
Girl, we
days
have like
after?
3 weeks left. Don't play with me.
Shut up. No, you
We
don't.
my school district goes so long. So Grace is out next week and I don't get out until the 17th.
Oh
So
no.
it is that the finish line is so close, but it's so far. But
Oh my God.
it's you know what? It is what it is. I can still count the number of times that I have to wake up, which this is also a quick PSA for people who are like, teachers, they get the summers off. No, we don't. We have a, like exactly 8 weeks to decompress
Mhm.
before we go back. Teachers do not get paid in the summer. It
Mm.
is like you
Tell
have
him,
to
girl.
that's tons of people work, so I'm just saying support your local teacher and, send them that little Starbucks gift certificate or even just have your kid just write a note to say thank
Yeah.
you. It's just you don't understand how hard teachers work, and we are dragging ourselves across that finish line.
I do not envy you
You
because
came to my school
I
once,
was
remember
gonna
that?
I was gonna say the one time was enough, okay?
It was one time and she was out.
Yeah, one time was good. Now I volunteer in the kids' school and I'm like, "Okay, we're doing a park walk? Sounds great. We get to be
That's it.
outside and then they could just, yeah, run around? Perfect. I don't have to be one-on-one? Even better."
Nope. Perfect. What oh my gosh, that just remember the best part was number 1, you were like, "Okay, school starts at 8, so we don't have to get there till like 7:45." I was like, "No, no, we
Mhm,
get there at
mhm.
6:45." And you're like, "I'm sorry, what?"
And you had
And
my ass up at 5 AM, and I was
I
like,
sure did.
I don't think things
We
start this early in the morning."
I said, "In a teacher's world, yes, it does. It's all the things that teachers that people don't know, but that's a whole other concept.
Oh
That's a
my
whole other
god.
thing, but it's good." So let's kind of segue into our topic for the day. We're talking about marriage, kids, and 40s, the
Yes.
expectations versus reality.
Yes. Well,
Oh,
first off, going back to the teacher piece about
yep,
5 AM,
yep.
now the expectation versus reality, the expectation is, "Oh, I can just roll out of bed at whatever
Mm-mm.
time." Now I'm
Nope.
like, reality, if I wanna get
Mm-mm.
anything done, I probably have to go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning before
Hell
the day
no.
starts. Your
What?
face.
You're
Oh my
out of
god.
your mind.
That is my
That's what you
life
gotta
right
do.
now.
Yep.
Yes. If my schedule is just cramped with work, with kids drop off, with getting them back, activities, whatever, and then home, there's no way I'm getting the gym in before I
Yep.
start work in the morning, or once I'm done, I'm
You're
done.
done. Once
I'm
you sit
like,
down, that's it.
yeah, I'm legit crawling myself, back to bed, and then I
Yep.
lay there, and then I doom scroll.
Just drool on yourself.
No, I
Just
just sit there and I just doom scroll because I'm like, "I earned this."
You know what? Okay, that's so funny that you said that because there's when I get into bed and it's usually like 10:30, 10 o'clock ish, it's bad because I wake up at 5 every morning. Well, I
Yeah.
lie. My alarm clock goes off at 5. I don't roll out of bed until 5:20. So disclaimer there. But Chuck will be like, babe, you got to turn off your phone. And I'm like, you don't understand. I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I have been
Mhm.
going and doing everything. I'm a nighttime workouter. So when I get into bed,
What?
yeah, I have to. It helps. It's weird. It will put me to sleep if I do it
Yeah.
in the morning, but if I do it at nighttime, it helps me kind of relax. So, but
Really?
he'll be like, Miko, turn your phone off. And I'm like, you don't understand. I have 20 minutes for
Yeah.
someone to not talk to me. And you're talking to me right now, so you're already messing with my time. So cut it. So I need that 20 minutes just to decompress. There's a word for it. I forget what it is, but there's a word for people that do that because they're just so overstimulated
Yeah.
during the day and they just need that time to just decompress.
Yes. No, I get that. So, the whole snooze in the alarm piece, I was listening
Mhm.
to another podcast, the Mel Robbins podcast,
Okay.
and she was speaking about the science behind snoozing, where essentially once you hit that snooze button, your brain then goes back into another sleep cycle.
It
So
sure
that's
does.
why we wake up feeling so groggy after the snooze button. And I'm like, that's so nice, Mel. Snooze.
Snooze button. Imma hit that bitch 5
I
more times
tried it.
because
I Yes. I tried it once. I was like, okay, once my alarm goes off, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna roll
nope,
out of bed. I did it for maybe, like, 2 days, and I said, "You know
absolutely
what?
not.
This is not for me." I think my
Yep.
body is okay with snoozing a few more
Yes,
times.
it's the slow rollout. It wakes me up.
Yeah.
I have my alarm clock set for 5, 5:05, 5:10, 5:15, and at
Oh my
5:20, I'm
god.
like, "I
Chuck
really gotta
hates
get
you.
up now."
Chuck absolutely hates you in the morning. You're his worst nightmare. Oh my
I
god.
don't even care. He's like, "Miko, are you gonna turn your alarm clock off?" I'm like, "I'm still
No.
snoozing. Stop it. You're messing up my REM."
So, basically, all of this to say, our life is still not as together as we thought it was gonna be in our 20s.
Correct, which is the reality versus what that expectation is, because in the 20s, very different. Like,
Very.
what was your 20s like in terms of, like well, I guess more specifically, did adulthood turn out differently than what you pictured in your 20s?
Um I I don't know because I didn't exactly picture this far ahead in terms
Okay,
of
that makes sense.
expectations or I was just going with the flow. I think once I hit 27 and I was coming out of that marriage, I went through an entire change. At
That whole
25, I went
transformation.
the whole transformation. I was cutting friends off that were not serving alignment, purpose, keep it moving. And I was trying to take things one step at a time, one day at a
Mhm.
time, and at 29, I went through a year of yes, where I was saying yes to every single thing,
Yep,
and then I wanted to just kinda get that out of my system because I wanted to buckle down at 30, I wanted to do all the things, so I don't know, I didn't really have, like, a full thought out picture in my
that makes
head.
sense of what it was gonna be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like I don't know, there's Just kind of the same as you. My 20s were very different because I experienced 2 different versions of my 20s. I experienced the
Mhm.
married version of my 20s and then the unmarried version of my 20s,
Yeah.
and also living in California was very different because I still live like, I lived with my parents while I was
Mhm.
getting all my stuff together to move to Virginia, and then when I moved to Virginia, that was legitimately where I started to feel like an adult
Yeah.
because I had lived with my aunt and my uncle for a year to kinda get myself on my feet, and then I was off and running.
Flying the
And
coop.
I flew the coop. I was like, "Cuckoo." So I I mean, it was it but I feel like I think that that's the big difference too is because I practically kind of started my adult like, real adulthood, paying my own bills, my
Mhm.
car, all the different things kinda late 20s, early 30s. So, I think the only thing that really kinda surprised me was, like, how expensive everything was,
Girl, the
right?
bills
The bills were I'm like, "I'm sorry,
the
what?"
bills were billing back then, and they still are now.
They're even more now, but I feel like at that same point, though, it was just me taking care of
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
So, whatever the reality of it was fine because whatever it was, I just had to take that on by
Mhm.
myself, and I wasn't thinking about, a husband or a kid or a
Yeah.
dog or whatever it was, so you just kinda, like, took things as they came because you could be flexible with it,
Yeah.
versus now,
Do
it's
you
like
feel
they're
like you're, like, more together now?
hell
You
no,
know?
I don't feel like I'm more together.
I'm dead.
That was
Okay,
a hard pass.
I concur on my own self. Do
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
right? Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, I feel like I'm more together in some instances because I am
Very true.
OCD, like, super organized. I've got 5 different calendars. I've got all the things spinning. So
Yep.
people from the external look at me, they're like,
Mhm.
"She's got her shit together." And
Right.
internally, I'm over here going, "Oh my god, if you only knew all these things I'm trying to keep together."
Yes. It's funny, there was I love that you say that because so in one of my, educator meetings that I was at, this girl, she said something because we had to, I don't know, say what animal that we could connect with,
Yeah.
and I know it's weird, but they and just hold on for a second, let me because your face is like, "Wait, what?" These are
Wait,
the types of questions that were asked, but her response was so cute where she's like, "I'm a duck," and I was like, "A duck?" So she's like, "When you see a duck, they're on the surface, you just kinda see them swimming along, and they're like, 'Oh, look at the duck, they're so cute, da, da, da.' But underneath, their little fins or
are
flippers or whatever they have are just like
such a
this."
great analogy.
And I was like, "That is so true," because I feel like that's kind of what it is because you get to work and you kinda you look together, you're put together, and when you're out in
Mhm.
places with people, like, you don't necessarily wanna present with how unless, you're with your friends, you don't wanna present,
Right.
like, how chaotic you are, but I feel just the same thing as you is that I feel like in certain aspects, like my career, I have got
Mhm.
that. I got that on lock. There's, with my friends and my family, all of that is together. But there's just that it's that day-to-day chaos that you don't know what's coming to
Yeah.
you. And that's sometimes where you just like I asked my husband today when I came home because there's just so much stuff that was going on today. And I was like,
Mhm.
what is this? What is the moon full? Like what is going on?
We're
So
supposed to be able to see the northern lights from Charlotte tonight, so it
good luck
just
staying up for that. You would though. You would. You could
I
totally do it.
actually would, yeah.
You
I
would.
would totally do that.
So yeah, I think that I feel like in some ways I have it together, but in some
Mhm.
ways I don't. And I think that
Yeah.
that's just how everybody is.
And I also with so many young girls and including women that are going through all the different seasons, I
Mhm.
just don't want anyone I feel like when we grew up, we were never spoken to about the realities of life.
Yes.
Everything was so taboo. Don't talk about
So
it.
true.
You kept everything on the wraps. If there was drama, you keep that to yourself.
Yep.
So now you're, like, experiencing life, and we're in this new breaking generational curses and breaking generational just differences to the
Yep.
point where we're like, "Mm-mm, you guys left all of this shit out of the handbook.
And we're starting to write it's that's so true
Yeah.
because and I know that I had said before how my mom had her core group of friends, but the funny
Yes.
thing is that they talked about it, but I didn't listen. I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention because I was like, "Oh, they're in their 40s. I don't need
Yeah.
to pay attention to this." And I'm like, "Oh my god, here I am. Why didn't I listen?" And
Absolutely.
right, but I also think too, just exactly like what you said, is that the struggles that people go through, they're not afraid to share them, and it
Mhm.
makes you feel like, okay, I'm not going crazy,
Yeah.
I'm not losing my mind. Ooh, okay, they're going through it too. So like there's the good sides of, I guess it's good because you can relate to people, but it's
Yeah.
also bad because sometimes, but you do have to find your people for who you can talk
One
to it about.
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree with that because they will keep it real with you. They will let you know the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you're not in it alone. And that is
Yeah,
what we want is we want that village that is going to not sugarcoat the bullshit. They're gonna be like, yes,
yeah,
did our marriage change after we had kids versus when
yeah.
we were all in the honeymoon phase and we were having a
Oh
great time?
yes,
And it's like,
yes,
abso-fucking-lutely,
right,
because once we had kids, we were drowning for, like, the first few months, no
yeah.
matter how great we may look on the outside in terms of, like, "Oh, we're taking the pictures, we're doing the things, we're doing all the firsts," and at night, you're just like, "Oh, will this baby go to
I
sleep?"
just it's so true. Do you feel like your marriage changed a ton after, like, when you like, versus when you had Kingston versus when you had Charlie?
I think Charlie was cruise control. With
Okay.
Kingston, I became almost overly scheduled on things. I was militant
Mm,
with
okay.
Kingston. I said, "Hey, his schedule is XYZ. That means we had to bow out of whatever." And I did not feel bad about it because at the end of the
Right.
day, I may get shit about it, but I'm like, "Are you guys coming over to sleep with him
At
to
2
be up?"
AM.
Thank you.
Right.
Are you changing his diapers? Are you paying any bills of his? Because if you're
Surely are
not,
not.
I'm gonna kinda need you to keep those comments to yourself or just let me
Yes.
do me. So,
Right.
yeah, marriage changed in that way where things became very scheduled with the kids.
Mhm.
But then once we had Charlie, it kinda loosened up a bit. I kinda felt like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, you felt more
Um
comfortable.
Way more comfortable. I didn't have the shock of the new mom, even though they're 14 months apart. So it I didn't have to feel like I was, like, getting off the bicycle and
Before
then
getting right back on.
before getting right back on and learning how to rewrite. I just kept it in cruise control and just kept it
The
moving.
bicycle kept going.
The bicycle kept going, and I was like, "Well,
Yeah. Here we
yeah,
are.
here we are.
This is what we're doing.
Just dive in." I mean,
Right.
with Grace, did things change with you and Chuck?
I would they did. So, also very different situation. So he has I have 3 stepkids. So they're older, and so he was very much like, "Okay, when we have this baby, everything is gonna
Mhm.
change." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 it's gonna be fine." Especially because, my dad was a firefighter, and I was
Mhm.
like, "No, I got this. I grew up in a firefighter family." Disclaimer, I grew up with a firefighter as a dad, not a
Yeah,
firefighter as a husband. So that was
very
a
true.
whole
Very different.
other I was like, "Oh my god," when I said that I could relate, just kidding. So, it was also different too because Grace was, so I got to take off time, I took off 6 months when,
Mhm.
I had her, and I did. I had her on a schedule because I was like, I wanna make sure that for me, it was kinda like I thinking back now and looking at it, I was definitely postpartum, and I didn't realize it because I was like, "We
Yeah.
have to do this. We have to do it this way." And it did kinda cause a lot of tension because he was kinda like, relaxed, but I was like, "No, no, no, you don't understand." And then when I finally
But
started to
truly, he
relax.
doesn't understand, though.
Yeah. It's
He
well,
fully, as a
coming
female
from as a
perspective.
female, right, he did not
Yes.
understand. He didn't he could tell that I had some postpartum, like, he knew
Mhm.
it, but he just didn't know how to approach that. He was like, "I
Yeah.
gotta just be there to support her," but I was just kinda like, "You don't understand," and he's like, "I know, I'm trying to help you." But then COVID hit, and so once that happened, it went into, like, a whole other thing. So it was in a way the schedule kind of went off because
Mhm.
we were home for the whole
Yeah.
time. And so it was kind of like I was a psycho when she was born. I stopped being a psycho. I went to being a psycho when during
Helicopter?
COVID,
Helicopter
helicopter,
much?
a lot, not just much. I'm talking like Black Hawk, like full on. And and now I would say once we kinda came out of it and she was f I would say 4 and started just to become more,
Yeah.
independent, now it's a whole other like, there's no schedule, and I feel like we're kind of back it's a lot
Yeah.
calmer now,
I
but I
definitely
had to go through it.
noticed a change in you for sure because I've been there pre, grace, during,
Yeah,
and now, and yes, I feel like I've seen the evolution of you as a mom, where I think
yeah.
the first day you're like, "Yeah, Grace is outside playing with her friends," and I was like, "And you ain't got binoculars on?" Like,
Girl.
big
It's hard. It's very
Yeah,
hard because it is that part of me that likes to control, I like to
yeah,
protect, and but I think the other part of that's helping it is, like, being a teacher, I
mhm,
realize that I have to let her I don't want to be that person that prevents her from making
yeah,
her own decisions. As much as I talk to my students about, empowering them and all these different things,
mhm.
I have to if I'm gonna walk it, I gotta talk
Do
it.
it with your
Talk it,
own.
walk it, whichever
Yeah,
one it is.
walk it
Yes.
like I talk it.
Talk it like I walk it. So I feel like and I think it was also helpful too to see other people like I don't want to say I was comparing myself. I don't think that that's the
Mhm.
right way to say it, but I had influences. Like
Yeah.
I'm watching you, I'm watching my neighbors, I'm watching our friends, and everybody had a different and I loved it because not one and I feel like that was really helpful is that there were people did not judge me. They
Mhm.
took me for who it was and Chuck and we had a lot of hard conversations where he wasn't trying to say look at how they do it, but
Mhm.
it was me understanding okay, you don't have to be like, what is my intent? Do I want my
Yeah.
daughter to be able to do this? Well, then you got to chill out, girl. And I was
Right.
like, all right, cool, got it.
Right. I mean,
So,
and everybody gets there on their own accord in
yes,
terms of how you wanna parent. You parent whatever works the way that works best for you and your family.
but sometimes even the way that you parent and the two of you, how you parent, that
Yes.
can cause tension. Like,
Whoo, child.
did you like even not even necessarily kids or even just kids and or marriage? What were the types of things that cause tension in that stage? Or, like,
Okay,
kind of yeah.
yeah, so because I'm such a hands-on person and
Mhm.
very much a planner and I need to have things scheduled, it's a control thing. I very much we're 2 alphas,
Okay.
and I am the alpha in the house where I'm like, "Hey, when it comes to the kids' schedule, when it comes to, you know, anything really regarding the kids, he defaults to me, 'cause and that's almost like the natural progression, right? In most
Yeah,
households, it defaults to the mom, um,
absolutely.
and that caused some tension because I would be like, "You're not doing" he would try to help with certain things. So, okay, take it back. My love language prior to having kids
Mhm.
was quality time,
Okay.
and then, like, physical touch, um, and, what is it?
Words of affirmation?
Words of affirmation came after and then
Mhm.
gifts, but then before that was acts of service. So
Got it.
now move it into mom mode. I retested on the 5 love languages.
Mhm.
Now acts of service is my number 1.
So there's a switch there.
So it's a switch. It's like
Yeah,
I have now gone into full mom mode where I'm mentally taking care of everyone in the house, making
right.
sure the snacks are here, everybody's fed, the laundry's done, they're prepped for things that are at school, all
You're
the
thinking
things.
5 steps ahead.
I'm thinking 5 steps ahead, and then
Yep.
here he comes, "Doo, doo, doo, can I help the laundry?"
"Sir, check the skylight calendar, please."
Oh, well, it's not just that, it's like he'll do the laundry, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, he didn't put in the color safe bleach, he didn't put the,
The things that
my
you would do.
he didn't season the laundry." Like,
That's season.
just like our season, girl, we gotta put the little
Yes.
extra, the lint papers
The little
yes.
net roller thing,
The
I get
little
what you yeah, the little bounce
yes.
dryer sheet, gotta make it fluffy.
Exactly.
Yes,
They're like 1
yes.
to 2 sheets. Fuck that. Like 4 or 5 sheets are in there. So
There are
that would
4
cause
people's laundry in
tension.
here, we need to get that smelling good.
Exactly. Yes, right? These little gremlins run around, smell like ass when they walk inside, and I'm going, I'm
Smell
gonna
like
need you they do.
smelling like outside. I get
Yeah,
it, I know
they
exactly
have
what
a
you're talking
particular
about.
smell.
They smell like they had a great
Yes.
time.
So that was the tension that was being caused primarily in, like, the marriage was the push and
Mhm.
pull in
Yep.
who's doing what, and he's being such an attentive dad, but I am feeling neglected because I'm like, "I've got all this fucking housework on top of taking all the things with the kids, and on top of
Right.
that, I'm doing a job that travels 70% of the time."
You are yes,
Yeah.
you're either in the house or you're on United or whatever airlines that you fly.
American
So,
Airlines,
you can find her in
sponsor a
3 different
girl.
places because 'cause she's got the miles. That's true. Yeah, it seems like it's especially I don't know how you balance it with your schedule because you have I can't even understand how you compartmentalize all those different things because with your job, with the kids, with like all of your neighborhood
Yeah.
activities and all these different things, you have a whole thing. You've got a lot to juggle.
That's where the 5 calendars come in.
Yes, that the what is it? The Google Calendar. We live like all
The
the different colors on the calendar.
skylight,
That is a
the Google
lifesaver.
calendars, I've got a
Hmm.
calendar in my office, like, all the things.
Yep. Let me tell you that even though sometimes that calendar, it can still fill you. I just realized as Grace was getting out of the car this morning that it was a dress out day. Like they could wear their,
Oh, no.
I know it was the mom fail as I'm getting out and I'm like, oh my gosh, they could have wore, their, what is that stuff called? Oh my God, the brain fade. Their spirit wear.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
was it in the calendar? Yes, but I didn't put it in my calendar to give me a note. So as she's leaving, I'm like, bye. Oh my God, I'm going to hear it this afternoon when she gets in the car. And sure enough, as soon as I walk in the door, I was just like, I'm
Mom!
sorry. Yeah, first thing, Mom, did you know? I'm like, the skylight didn't remind me.
Oh my god, that's funny. What things are causing you tension in this season of your life?
I would just say that so and I know that people don't always agree with, the whole not horoscope thing, but just like the different signs.
Oh, I
So
believe in it, hands
okay, astrology, that's
yes.
the word. The
Yes.
40s 41, I can't find these damn words.
Oh,
So
I hear you.
Chuck and I are both Leos. So it
Mhm.
works well because we communicate very well. But when we don't communicate, we
Mhm.
don't communicate.
Yeah.
And we both have different ways where like he likes to solve the problem right then and there. I am a processor. And the reason that I'm a processor is because I have to think everything through. So
Mhm.
I've realized that I can't have a conversation with you because I'm going to have to run it back 5 times and come back and be like, and another thing, and one more thing that I didn't think about. And I'm like, okay, I can't do that. So I like to process, which means that it will take me a little bit of time to kind of come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
So we butt heads because he's like, no, I want to fix it now. And I'm like, no, 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 I need my 24 hours.
That's claiming.
And right? And so
Mhm.
that causes a lot of friction because we both deal with things differently. I think that like the community because we both this is our second marriage,
Yeah.
we took a lot of the things that didn't work and
Mhm.
we're very intentional in how we move forward. So I think that it's just kind of when we don't agree, it's how we don't agree. And that
Mhm.
can cause that tension because we both have very different communication styles and
Yeah.
that Leo, like there's a sensitivity to it and there's a little bit of fire underneath that. And so when that fire comes out, the fire. So we are learning, like we're still learning how to communicate with each other. And I think that that's where the most tension comes from because we're very easygoing people. I
Yeah.
think it's just that our communication styles are different.
Yeah. No, I get that totally. I was reading something the other day and it was this guy, I guess, had asked his dad, "Hey, how did you stay married to mom all these years?"
Hmm.
And he goes, "Well, you know, I she changes every so often, and which we
Mhm.
do as women. We've got all the things that are going on hormonal wise for
Yep.
us, or just
Yep.
hormone wise for us, that in new seasons we almost become different women, different
Very
people.
much. Yes.
Yes, and so it's the men seem to sometimes forget that we evolve, that
Yep.
they love and they fall in love with this person initially, and then they kind of forget that, hey, as our
You get
relationship, our
older.
marriage, kids, all the things,
Yep.
we get older, us as women, we biologically change
Yeah.
throughout this entire time.
When you hit your 40s, there's a whole other button that's pressed, and
Absolutely.
it's of who we met when I was 32, and
Mhm.
now I'm going to be 44 this year. That's 12 years difference.
Yes.
And the other thing too,
And you had a kid.
a baby, right? And as an educator, I
Mhm.
am overstimulated all day.
Yes.
So that's a very different thing. And not even just as an educator, as a mom, you are
Yeah,
overstimulated and you don't, and even as a dad too, like you don't get to come home and put those things down. But
exactly.
I think too, even being, um, another source of, I don't want to say tension. It's just,
Mhm.
it could cause us to have conversations. Is that Grace is with me is his first, right?
Mhm.
That's my first and only baby. She's his 4th. So
Yeah,
he's already gone through
the
this,
cycle.
cycle and this different thing.
Mhm.
So I always say that, when we're getting ready to go and I'm getting her bag and I'm getting her water and I'm doing all these different things, I'm telling her, "Hey, go downstairs and get this." And he's like, "She just needs a snack. She doesn't even just need a snack. She just needs water. We're good to go." Matter of fact, just get in the car and I'm like, "No, she needs these things."
Yeah.
So parenting can also make that just different parenting styles. There's so many different
Yes.
things that
Yes.
can cause tension even if you're not married. If you're in a relationship or whatever it is, it's
Mhm.
still all those different things come into play.
You know, we're making it very, easy for the women that don't wanna have kids.
They're like,
Just
let me think about that. Let me run that back one more time and think about that real hard." I
yeah,
mean,
but it's the truth, and it's like we're giving you the insight, the unfiltered look into the
yeah,
reality of
of what it is.
marriage with
Yeah,
kids, how you change as a person, how I mean, listen, that pre-kid life,
very different.
it was
Very
jumping.
different.
I would be balling out of control right now without these kids.
In the club,
Love 'em to death.
you and me would be in the club where you would be telling people that we had 2 different names, and I was like, "That's not our names, Misha. That's my name. I'm not Amanda. I'm Miko." And then you're looking at me like I'm gonna slap you, and I'm like, "Oh, yep, I'm
Oh
Amanda."
my god. That the look on my face when you're like, "Huh?
"That's not my
Girl."
name, Misha. Why are you calling me?" "Oh, yes, that's me. Hi." But I mean, but seriously, like, I mean, do you ever miss the part of that pre-kid life?
I mean, I miss the money. I miss well, I shouldn't say the money. I miss the, discretional income,
The discretionary
discretionary
income.
income. Yeah, I miss that. Um, and I just miss doing things on my own time,
Mhm.
but I would never trade it with what I
Right.
have now
Yeah.
because I like being in control of these 2 little kids and molding them
And
and
they're just beautiful little babies. You see
they're
their smiles and
yes.
you see their faces. Yeah.
And you see their angry little faces too, and
When they
they're like,
want another
"Ah."
snack. "Give me my snack,
Oh my
girl."
god. Got little mini me's running around. I'm just excited to put out a good human being out there,
Yeah.
and I'm teaching them all the things, um, to
You're
be good
raising
humans.
successful, yes.
That yes, I'm
Yep.
trying to break that. I'm trying to do things differently.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
You
I
miss
think
your
that
pre-kid life?
no, not really. I mean, I miss so I feel like it's because so my parents, I feel like when they come here, they have a
Mhm.
place here and they come here every so often, or they're anyway. So I feel like when I need a break, I can have the break. I think that I've been
Yeah.
able to, to be able to balance that. I did not have that balance for a long time because I was like, no, I got to be there for her. I don't want to miss
Mhm.
anything. And I feel like, kind of thinking about what that life was before then, it was fun, but this is where I live. Like, this is where I love. I love being at home with, my husband, with my kid, and with my dog, and just the
Yeah,
things that we do. Like, there's some days where you're like, oh my gosh, I just like, what in the what? But it's overall, this is what I wanted. I knew that I wanted
yeah.
to have a family from when I was, a little kid. And so, like, I feel like there's always different stages that you look back on nostalgically, like, wow, that was super fun,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't go back to it, like, at
Yeah.
all. I
I
just,
mean, do you find it hard balancing, like, mom life, wife life, being a
oh,
teacher,
yeah,
being a friend, and still, like, holding on to you as a
absolutely.
person?
You had to sit me down that one time because you recognized that I was burning the candle, not on both ends, on all ends. I was burning the whole box
Mhm.
because I was so intent on trying to make everything perfect. And I feel like I had zero balance. It was,
Yeah.
I'm putting my all into everything. And I didn't realize how negative that was making me. And I didn't recognize it. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I knew it, but I didn't know how to change it. And so
Mhm.
that you were like, "Miko, what do you do?" You asked me point blank, "What do you do for yourself?" And I was like, "Nothing. I don't do anything for myself." And you were like, "You got to change it." And I was
Mhm.
like, "Okay." So I had to have that realization.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's because we care. It's not because you're trying to purposely burn that candle.
Yeah.
You genuinely care about putting your best effort, just like what you said,
Mhm.
raising the best little human, being, a good supportive wife, being, a great employee and still continuing to be
Mhm.
successful. And I feel like you have to burn out sometimes to realize that you
Yeah.
got to balance it. Otherwise, you're the only thing that you're doing is hurting yourself. Like,
It's very true. And
what about
I've
you?
well, I almost purposely coming into my 40s, I said to myself, you're on the Instagram, you're
Hmm.
reading all the things about self-care, self-love,
Yeah.
and I really made an intentional point to pour into my own cup first. Now
Hmm.
that the kids are a bit more on cruise control, they're a little bit more self-sufficient.
Yep.
I was like, you know what? It's time for me to not necessarily take a step back, but I needed to now really refocus my attention on myself in order to
Hmm.
fully show up as a mom, as a wife, as a friend
Yep.
in my relationships.
I
Um,
that's so true.
yeah, and I've noticed a difference. I feel like I am more comfortable in my skin. I'm more
Yes.
comfortable being a mom. I'm more comfortable kicking ass at work. I'm more comfortable in my relationship with my husband. So there's just yeah, I really had to stop what I was doing, refocus, re-strategize, and then get back to me.
And I think it's also important too to be like, I finally learned how to say no. Where
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do oh, do you wanna go here? Do you wanna go there? And it's like, no.
Nope.
I don't want to. It is on a Friday, like Friday before you used to be in the club, right? And then
Mhm.
now I'm like, ooh, let me take a shower, put my jammies on. I'm a Netflix it. Where's Beth and Britt? Where are they at? Like I have learned what my balance is and what I
Yeah.
can and can't do. And I recognize when that's starting to kind of like it's starting to get too much
Yeah. I
and just
mean,
kind of bringing that back.
oh, for sure. And then talk about those like the canceled plans. It's like somebody hits you up and they're like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I can't make it." And you're like, "Oh, bummer."
Yes. Cancel
Hey,
again.
it's gonna be me and Bravo
The
tonight.
confetti, okay? Sitting there rocking over the couch like,
Oh
"They
yeah.
canceled, they canceled."
My husband is going on like a boys with like his college buddies trip this weekend,
Yeah,
and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I leave a night early?" And I was like,
sure
"Oh,
don't,
it's fine.
sure
It's
don't.
totally
You
fine.
wanna leave right now?
Peace." I'm up and upstairs, sprawled out on the
All
bed,
the
got my
way in
bra
the bed,
on, all the things,
diagonal,
all the
diagonal with the
things.
full-on list ready to go. When
But I
Chuck
love
went
you,
to
drive safely.
right? You can call me, you can text me, kiss me through the phone, but don't come home
What?
until you said you're gonna come home. When Chuck went to he went to Vegas for his 50th birthday and his boss had asked me, he's like, "Are you sure, if I take him?" And I was like, "Don't you worry. You just text me at
Big
3 o'clock every day to make sure that you're good." Meanwhile, same. I'm in the bed. I had my whole like list ready to go. It's so true. It's so true. So,
That is
do you
hysterical.
feel like you're more tired, but like I don't know, do you feel like you're tired than what you normally were?
Okay, so remember earlier when I said I legit had to take an iron pill? I have prescription iron pills from my
Yes.
doctor
Ooh,
because I am well, okay, for I have Hashimoto's, so that in itself, the thyroid, I'm not gonna get into that because 'cause I'm not a medical
yeah.
expert, but, being tired, being,
My
the
gosh.
fog, the memory, the sleep, like,
Yeah.
all of the things are a part of that, and, sometimes, especially, when you're going through uh, just different phases throughout the month, I'm just saying it affects your energy levels, so
Okay.
I do have to by, like, say, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I am hitting that
That wall.
tap out wall where I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I don't wanna crack a Red Bull because I'm gonna be wired," which it doesn't affect me as much as it used to, or I'm kinda numb to it, but now as I'm older, I'm realizing that I can't have a Red Bull past 2 p.m. unless I'm trying to party. So
She said not 2 p.m.
2 PM, I'm like, if I have it past 2 p.m., it's gonna be a long night, and I'm not trying to do that. So,
Girl, if I
yeah,
had a
I'm
Red
tired.
Bull, I would be where's Miko? I don't know, we can't catch her. Where's she go? So she's running down Fairfax County Parkway. Like, I mean, so do you feel like I don't know, do you do like the whole supplements? Like, do you do all
Yes!
those things? Do you feel like they help you?
I I do all the supplements. Well, okay, I am my doctor's worst nightmare because I'm like, "Yeah, I have to take my, pill for my thyroid first thing in the morning, but then I'm
Okay.
screwed because I can't really do anything for at least an hour, which means I can't eat, I can't drink."
Because
And
you have
I'm
to wait
like,
for it to set in.
I'm over here going, I'm trying to have a protein shake, I'm trying to have my pre-workout, and then after I'm trying to have another protein shake, I'm trying to, like, hit I can't take my NADs, I can't take my other supplements, Flintstone vitamins, new age.
The Flintstone vitamins.
I don't take Flintstones, but, like, the
Do they
gummy
still have those things?
version.
I wonder if they still
They
have those
sure
things. Those were
do.
delicious.
They
Those
sure
were
do.
tasty. Those were
That's why we're
tasty,
still doing well today is because we took so many Flintstone vitamins.
right? Girl started those potions and lotions when we were in our and when we were 16. That's right.
Yeah,
So
I
do
feel
you
like I
feel
was
like
taking stuff because you were taking stuff when you were younger. You're like, "Listen, my mom told me about this,
she
and
sure did? My mom is about to be 74 years old, and
and
people
she's
think that
looking
she's
like fine
50.
wine."
A fine little wine over there. I'm like, girl,
Yes.
tell me all this. I still use all the stuff that you. There's people at my work that did not know that I was 44. I was like, clock it. Yes, she is.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Ex
But I feel it's funny because I feel like that's you have your routine for your supplements because I do my multivitamin, I do my
Mhm.
probiotic, I got to do my
Yep.
calcium to make sure that your
You're
calcium isn't
regular.
down low. You got to stay regular.
Fiber.
We are over here becoming our parents without
Oh my
realizing that
god.
we have become parents.
That is so
I used
accurate.
to sit there and be like, why are they going to bed so early? Why does my mom come home and change her clothes and have a glass of wine? It's only 5 o'clock. And I'm just like, that is me.
Why am I over here saying to my children, "Adios picnic feel," which basically
I was
means
about to say, please translate.
translated means kids that do not listen will feel, okay? As in, you will learn the
Okay.
hard way if you don't listen to the advice that's given. Well,
That is,
yeah, there are so
we
many
have
things.
become,
We've become our
there's,
parents.
Yes, where you
That's
sit there and I'm sitting there looking through the blinds like, "Who is that? Why are they parked in front of my house? What is that?" I
girl, that
do.
was me
I do.
today. That
Okay,
was
see,
me
I thought you were
today.
about to give me a hard time, but see, yes.
No. I I didn't scold her. I so, with everything that's going on in the news, the delivery driver gave Charlie the package,
Oh,
and
no.
she comes running up to the house, and I go, "Come back here. 1 second."
Mm-mm.
"No, ma'am.
Nope.
We do not take anything from delivery
Nope.
drivers. You make sure that they bring it to the house. You stay outside and you play. You
Yep.
stay away from delivery drivers, okay?"
Ah,
Like,
that's so
that it's
crazy.
so crazy the things that they're so just they're just I don't wanna say naive, but they're just
They
so
are, but it's the
yeah,
innocence. It's the
the
innocence of them.
innocence.
Yes.
Yes.
And
They're
it's the
so
stuff that
innocent.
I feel like when like, when you would sit there and you'd be like, "Oh, mom and dad, it's fine,
Mhm.
it's fine." We have now become that where you're thinking 5
You're
steps ahead.
worrying. Yes.
It is all the things, and then on top of that, that I'm sitting there listening to music like, "I don't understand any of this. What are they saying?
Oh my god.
I don't get it."
We went from, like, trap music, mumble rap to some new shit that my neighbors were
I
listening
have
to, and I was like, "What is
no
this?"
clue, no clue. They're talking about aura and what's the other
Oh,
word?
yeah, I know all of this.
Scuba,
Aura,
Riz. I don't know what any of that
scuba,
means. Nope,
Riz, you the
nope,
birthday. Okay, I tap
ab
into all of that. I definitely
mm-mm.
do because I need to know what
I
these little kids are saying.
listen, I don't understand what any of that is. I don't care. I sit there and I'm like, "Speak English and pull your pants up." No, I'm just
And
kidding.
pull your pants up. Oh my god, don't you have a belt?
We we have reached the pinnacle. We have now taken over for our parents, and that's
Yes.
that's all right because we
Yes.
have taken over for them, but we look 20 years younger, so it's fine.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Mhm.
Clock it. Clock
Clock.
it.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
You're a T. Clock it. It just means that, like, what you're saying is correct.
I'm too okay.
Like,
I'm old.
like, yes,
I'm
yes,
old. I don't
girl.
even know what that means.
Snaps.
Riz.
Snaps. Done. Okay. All right. So let's wrap this up. What advice would you give your younger self about just marriage and about family life? Looking, taking this back.
I feel like it's something that, again, I thought about all of this stuff when I was little and I had this
Yeah.
idea of what it was going to be like. And I feel like you just have to go into it understanding that you have to be willing to be flexible and that whatever you thought that it was is going to be totally different. So you might as well not plan anything and you might as well just let it flow because
Yep.
who you marry, who you are, who your kids are, you can have all of that stuff, like your little in your little box, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. So you just have to you just got to take it day by day because I feel
Yeah.
like that's when you let go of that control is when you can finally start to enjoy it.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna say on this just to wrap this up in a bow. So like our 20 and 30-year selves, right? They will definitely be surprised about where we are today because obviously it was not
Oh,
planned.
yes.
But I think they would also be so proud about how far that we've come. And even though
Yep.
the expectations they've changed, the growth, the love, the lessons along the way, they definitely have made this journey worthwhile.
So worthwhile and so fun.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
All right. So
Ah, it's
all right, thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to join us next time when we talk about mom guilt.
Mhm.
That's going to be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one.
All right. So until then, stay real
Stay relatable and keep it mixed.
and mingled.
Bye.
Bye.